In this video, I'm going to give you the secrets to talking to women. In person, online, dating apps, texting, it doesn't matter. How you speak to them is going to give them the emotional reaction that will either determine whether they like you or not. That's plain and simple. I don't care what you look like, how rich you are. If what comes out of your mouth is an interesting, funny, intriguing to them, you lose their attraction. It's what's causing all of your funnels to leak with getting more dates, getting more women. You don't know how to talk to them. In this video, I'm gonna give you the secrets. All the sauce I tell my clients so that you can talk to women, convert them into dates, convert them into relationships, and have great dating life. Number one, in person. So we're gonna talk about cold approaching when it comes to in person, which I'm a big advocate of because why the fuck not? It's the masculine imperative to go up to a woman and say, hey, I want you, you're mine. You can't really do that directly, but you basically can. So when you're going up to a woman in person, what's more important than the actual pickup or the verbiage is how you're saying things. So there's a lot of guys online that are like pickup artists, right? And they'll tell you creative ways to go up to a girl and talk to them. I have had so much success doing less than more. And so when you premeditate and when you overthink and you have all these special lines in your head and all of this and all of that, it never equates to success. Because winning with women is about being nonchalant. The more you care and the more you overthink about what to say, the worse it goes. And by the way, check out my guide below on how to talk to women. This is the full masterclass. You'll never need anything again. Now, when you go up to a woman, you want their full attention. You do not want to be tapping them on the shoulder. Excuse me. You're already starting below them. You have to understand, when you go up to a woman, you have to have the frame that you're better, that you're the man, that you're the fucking man. If you go up behind, excuse me, they're not a celebrity, bro. Like, are you trying to get an autograph? That's how it comes across to her. How women perceive men is very exaggerated. I would look at that and be like, oh, he's just trying to get her attention. But women look at it like, what? He's on his hands and knees. They look at it through a very emotional lens that's very exaggerated. So, here's what you do. Before you say anything, before you start having a conversation with her in person, you need her full attention. She needs to be looking you in the eyes. And so never tap her. That's a terrible idea. Terrible. You want to speak with the tonality of certainty. Okay? So there's a difference. Let's say, for example, she's looking not at you, like just in general before the conversation. Let's say she's looking this way and you're coming up from behind her. You saw her earlier, but now you want to talk to her. I would move around to her side. Okay? I would not tap her on the back. I would not talk to the back of her head. I would move to her side so that I am now in her view, and then you can say, you're lying. You don't want to start from a lower position, which is what you do when you tap a girl on the shoulder, when you talk to her from behind. Excuse me. No. Move around, use your fucking legs or your wheelchair, move around, and get at a side angle. Okay? You want to approach women at a side angle because head on, like if you were like directly in front of her, it's too aggressive. Men are predators, right? We're the apex hunters. And if we want to get with a woman, we have to have them feel comfortable and relaxed and lower their anxiety. When you put your body head on in front of her, it's too predatory, like too quick. So go at a side angle, okay? I would go at a perfect 45-degree angle, and I would lean in. Again, tonality, body language, more important than what you say. So what I would do, literally, I'm not even kidding. This is exactly what I've done and what I would do. Let's say, same example. I'm the girl in the scenario. I'm looking that way. I'm also the guy in the scenario. And I saw the girl pass me. And now she's maybe standing on her phone looking that way. So I'm coming up from behind her, okay? I literally would do this verbatim. I would come to her side and I would say, hey, I just saw you walk by. I wanted to introduce myself. I'm blank. And I would lean in and I would have eye contact and I would be in an uppy tonality and I would smile. Yeah, I just want to introduce myself. You see how friendly that is? You see how friendly? It's how you say it. And I'm also going to get in the pocket. Okay, so what I mean by in the pocket is the distance in terms of you two is very important. And you want to show confidence and comfortability being close to her, but not like too close, obviously. Because what women can tell is if I were to come up to that girl and stand like farther apart than a normal conversation would be with somebody I know, they're going to sense the fact that I'm insecure, unsure of myself. They have spidey senses. And so I would come up with like normal distance. Normal distance is not a big deal. We're just having a conversation. Hi. That's it. Then you start the conversation. That's how you kick it off. But like I just mentioned, all of that is mainly nonverbal. Approaching women is very, very based on nonverbal behavior. Very, very based on it. Obviously, the words that come out of your mouth matter, but having an upbeat tonality, having a smile, looking her in the eyes, being in the pocket, leaning in. All these things make her feel warm and comfortable, which is what you're doing. Now, I'll go a little bit on conversation in person after you kick it off, and then I'll go over to dating apps and texting, because this could easily be a 10-hour fucking course. Now, once I go up to her, I'm going to use context to my advantage as my best friend. So I always use situational context as kind of a reason. You don't even need a reason. You can just say, I want to come up to you. But you can spin it. So like, let's say I'm at a grocery store and I've gone up to girls at grocery stores all the fucking time. Same example, walked up behind her. Hey, I just want to introduce myself. Could say that. You could also talk about, conversationally, the grocery store. What are you picking up today? Like, if they're looking at this, like, for example, I'll tell you a story. I went up to this girl looking at tea. And I was like, you're not a coffee girl? Boom. Now we're talking about tea. Now we're talking, oh, I drink coffee too. I drink tea. Oh, really? Yeah, I love my coffee. I just got a brand new machine. You add in a little bit of intrigue. That's all it's contextual, right? If I was at a bar, I'm not going to say, oh, you don't drink coffee? Like, duh, right? I'm just prefacing. So use your environment to your advantage. Have situational awareness and get context off of where the fuck you are. So in that situation, now we're expanding on tea and coffee and stimulants, and she looked like she just got done working out. So we're talking about the gym and where she goes to the gym. Boom. Easy money. It's easy. You go with the flow. You're like water, right? If you're at a gym, I went up to this girl. She was low-key really in shape. I wasn't trying to glaze her or anything. I was like, are you a personal trainer? I genuinely meant that, though, because she was like going ham and she looked like she could have been a personal trainer. Obviously, if you're going up to a girl, don't lie. They'll tell. Again, they know when you're organic. They know when you're genuine. So use situational awareness, and obviously you want to be there 1 to 2 minutes max. Get the Instagram, get out. You don't want to be the last one hanging around in a conversation. That is a big no-no. So that's in-person speed running best tips. That shit really works. Now, let's talk about dating apps. Okay, dating apps are interesting because it's a different game now, right? Dating apps haven't always been around, and so women have a lot of options, right? Even an average girl gets thousands of matches and swipes. That's fine. And you have to understand this. No matter how methodical you might try to be with what you're saying to girls on dating apps, not every single fucking girl is going to respond well. Not every single girl is going to go on a date. And you can't care. Dating apps, you have to have thick skin. You really can't give a fuck. So, same thing in person with Contextual. Do the same thing on dating apps. And you want to be nonchalant across the board, in-person dating apps, right? So nonchalant, casual would be like, hey, you. Done that a million times. Hey, you, works fine. Start the conversation. If she really is not going to respond because you didn't come up with some elaborate pickup line, then fuck her anyways. Block her ass. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be in a position where you're auditioning. Like, this is not the circus, bitch. Like, you matched with me, put in mutual effort. Anyways, it's just the truth though. Like, you can't care to that degree. Oh fuck, she didn't respond because it's my fault and I didn't say this. No, dude. Some girls just suck. Move on. So hey, you works completely fine. Now, in terms of contextual awareness, you can also leverage their prompts. This is a very easy way, right? Leverage their prompts. Or you can also ask them what they're doing on Hinge. That puts them on the spot immediately. Now they have to prove themselves to you. Why are you on Hinge? See, it works. But contextual awareness. Let's say, you know what? Let me go through my Hinge. I'll find a match, and I'll tell you what I would say. This is crazy sauce. How am I not charging for this? Okay. Who should I pick on? Okay, this is good. Okay. So this girl, what's her name? Kate. So this girl, Kate, she went to college at U of A, and she put it in her Hinge. So my first message was, U of A girl, oh no, three dots, simple, easy. Put her on the spot, make her prove herself to you immediately, but it's playful. And she said, I'm not that bad, I promise. Wouldn't even classify myself as a typical U of A girl. Already in the position of proving yourself to me. Contextual awareness. Duh. And you can do that with any college they say they go to. If it's a big college and it's a well-known college, use that line. Oh no. They're like, what do you mean, oh no? No, I'm not that bad. Instantly prove. You see the dynamic immediately. But if I said something like this, and I say, fuck, I see a lot of guys doing this, which is really bad. If I said something like, adorable, beautiful, love sushi, what's the catch? Or something like that. Bro, the response she would have gave me would have been so different. That's putting her on a pedestal. I probably wouldn't have gotten a response, even if I did. Inflating her ego like that, she would have just been like, no catch, I'm just great, or some shit, some arrogant shit. But now she's proving herself to me because of what I said, because men are the leaders. Men lead the vibe. So now I'm in a great position. I haven't even responded to her. Other things I said to her. Okay, so she said, if loving this is wrong, I don't want to be right. Sushi and wine after a day at the beach. I could have played off that very easily. Something like, don't tell me you're gonna order just a California roll. Something like that. See, it's banter that makes them prove themselves to you in a fun, playful way. What else did she say? She's 20 years old, short, long-term relationship, open to short. Something that's non-negotiable for me is good hygiene. Okay. You could have played off that too. I mean, you can play off any prompt, and that's why I'm going through this profile as an example. I go crazy for someone who has ambitious. She spelled that wrong. I'm totally gonna make fun of her for that, and I already could have. Someone who is, she meant ambition. She said ambitious and has goals. Easily could have said that too. So this is an example of my thought process when I go through a profile to think of. By the way, guys, my U of A thing took 1 second to think about. I was like, oh, she went to U of A, I'm gonna make fun of her. Like playfully make fun of her. But dude, if you're sitting there for minutes, 5-10 minutes, staring at a profile, not knowing what to say, you need to watch more of my videos than you need my guides. This shit should take 1 second. Okay? When I say don't care, I mean don't care. Be nonchalant. The more you care about what you say to a girl, the worse it goes. I'm telling you. Get out of your own head. Literally, scan a profile, boom, great. I'm rolling with this. She likes it or not. Detach. That's why you need more volume. Okay, texting game, real quick, because I don't know how long this video is, but texting game. So now, when you go from online or in person, you want to funnel to Instagram, you want to funnel to text, then you want to funnel to date. So, best rules of thumb. Your attention is the most valuable currency to them. It's the biggest resource. And we don't want to be pen pals. We don't want to just be like willy-nilly giving our attention away without progression, without getting what we want, which is to hang out with them in person and pursue and actually do that. No guys swiping on Hinge or on dating apps or cold approaching women to not go on dates with them. But women will just extract your attention and never hang out with you if you let them. You give an inch, she'll take a mile. That's just female nature. You can't get mad at them. It's just how it is. So we want to spike emotion and progress. So like this U of A example. I spiked emotion. She's proving herself to me. I would continue this conversation a little bit back and forth, and I'd go right to Instagram. When I get Instagram, so long as she's not a catfish and I vet her and I still want to talk to her, I'm going to start DMing her on Instagram. I'm going to do the same exact process. I'm going to spike emotion, maybe prove herself to me again, go talk about images, go to phone number, progress. Then I go to phone number. Same exact fucking thing. Spike emotion, banter, date, set date. If they're not moving at that speed, fuck them. Who cares? And by the way, that speed is a few minutes per platform. I'm not kidding. You're not spending days, you're not spending weeks, you're not spending hours. This is movement. Because you want to make plans and you want to progress them when they're at a heightened emotional state. And like the more you talk to them, the more this roller coaster goes down. You have them climbing. Move with it. Like take advantage of that emotion and have them take action while they're there. Because if you keep talking to them, they'll just plummet eventually. Like how long can you fucking keep this up? You know what I mean? Like it's got to be in and out. Instagram, text, plan date, and then vanish, and then see them on the date. That's the exact process you have to go through because they're emotional beings. You have to play on these emotional levers, and if you don't, you're cooked. So if you want the full guide, because this is a very small piece of the puzzle of talking to women. I mean, this is going to get you far away from the average guy already. But go to my guides in the description. I made a full, complete guide on how to text women, how to talk to women, how to do everything with text scripts, with word-for-word things you can say right off the bat, right off the cuff. that have been proven by me and all my students. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next